The second part is really about our misunderstanding about money. And because we have this theory that work is aversive and people hate working, we say, how do we get people to work? Well, we just need to give them more money. We need to do bonuses. We need to pay in a particular way. But it turns out that paying in particular way doesn't always help. Sometimes it even hurts. And we have very naive ideas about the relationship between money and how things work. And I'll give you one example. So we did a study with a big hotel chain, and these were people in the call center. And what's nice about the call center is you can quantify how productive people are, how many calls they take, how much they sell, how many problems they solve, and so on. And those people were getting about a third of their income from their bonuses, right? So it's substantial. And this company gave us their data, and what we saw was that the same people were getting the bonuses every week. The same people were getting the bonus every week. So you could come up with lots of hypotheses. You could say, these are the good people. These are the people who care about money. You could say these are the people who got bonuses one time and then they start loving bonuses. They don't want to give them up. You can think about nepotism. You can think about these are the people who get good shifts. You can think about all kinds of things. So we convinced this company to give us the performance data every Friday and for us to allocate the bonuses. And what did we decide to do? What algorithms we decide to run? Random. Why? Because we want to disassociate payment from performance and see what actually causes performance to go up and down. Of course, we didn't tell people that that's what we were doing. And what did we find? For example, if you take the top performers and the bottom performers, we found out that giving bonuses to the top performers did not change at all their performance, while giving bonuses to the bottom performers did. Why? Because for that particular job, there were some people who were just good at their jobs. Like imagine you're a good singer and I pay you a little bit more and a little bit less. What, would you sing out of key all of a sudden?
Right.
Of course not. So some people have good phone mannerism. They enjoy talking on the phone. They're doing all these things good. And you pay them a bit more, a bit less. It doesn't really matter. They just do it the way they want. There are other people who are not that good at their job. They're not enjoying it. They couldn't figure it out. And you give them bonuses, they're actually motivated. So in motivation, you want to want to do the work, to want to do better, to want the money, but you also have to be able to improve your skill, your performance. And in this particular case, there was no room for improvement for the top people. Now, just to be clear, our recommendation wasn't to stop paying the top people money, right? They deserve to get paid well, but we said let's pay them in a different way. Give them a different title, pay them a higher base salary. If the bonus doesn't work, don't use bonus, because bonus also has a downside and stress, right? Together with it, and think about which are the people that are actually benefiting from this. And another example for this, I was approached recently, actually 2 years ago, I was approached by a foreign government to have a discussion with their Ministry of Finance. And their Ministry of Finance had a mechanism to try and improve teachers' quality. And their idea was to go to each school, identify the top 10% of teachers in each school, forget how they would do it, but they had a method of doing it, and give bonuses to those 10%. Now think about the theory that underlines this idea. What's the theory? All the teachers are lazy. They all know what to do, but they just don't want to do it. We'll need to give them a bonus, and now they'll be motivated. And not only that, all teachers need to think that they could be in the top 10%. Because if you're bottom 20% now and you say, I can never reach the top 10%, this bonus will not work on you. So this Ministry of Finance approached, had a very simplified and clearly wrong view on human motivation, and they approached in a very simple way, and they wanted to implement this system. And one of the most interesting studies ever in improving quality of schools was a study in which they took the top 10% of the teachers, not 10%, but the top teachers, and gave them time to teach the not so good teachers. right? What's the theory there? The theory there is teaching is hard. It's just not clear how you do it. But some people have figured it out. Let's take the people who figured it out and let's give them time to help the other people. Now, if this Ministry of Finance got to do their program, what would happen? For sure, the top teachers would not help anybody, right, because they would try to protect their territory. Right. So with money, I think in bonuses and payment, we have some very naive ideas about how money works and how motivation works. And because of that, I think there are many cases, and I describe more cases in the book, in which we think that we're actually improving motivation, but we're actually destroying motivation.